Hello and welcome back to Will's World Reviews and More. Just finished watching WWE Fastlane 2016. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of my thoughts. I thought it was a decent pay-per-view. Nothing more than that really. I think at the end of the day everything was pretty predictable. So we'll just get right into it really. First match, Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto for the US title, 2 out of 3 falls. Alberto Del Rio got himself disqualified with a chair shot. Kalisto was then out, and then Del Rio picked up the second fall, and then Kalisto eventually won the match. It was decent. Kalisto retains. Not much more to say about that. Hopefully that feud now is kind of in the water, and they'll both move on to different things, which we'll get onto. Then you had Becky and Sasha versus Naomi and Tamina. An alright match, nothing special. Becky and Sasha win as we expected. You know, these two girls obviously going to be going into the hunt for the Divas title towards WrestleMania. Then you had Kevin Owens versus Ziggler for the IC title. A good match. Kevin Owens took a sick bump with the steel steps. That was, I think, it was a good match, and Kevin Owens retained, which was the right decision. Then you had the Titans versus the Wyatts, which was actually a pretty decent match. Braun Strowman actually did okay. Didn't do too much, but what he did was good. Surprisingly, the Titans win. Don't really understand that if they're wanting to try and build up the Wyatts for WrestleMania. But it was alright. Then you had Brie versus Charlotte for the Divas title, which actually was a very good match. Actually, I really enjoyed this one. I didn't expect too much from it, and although it would have been nice to have that, you know, moment with Brie winning, I think everyone knew that Charlotte was going to retain, and that's what happened. And like I said, we know Sasha, Becky, Charlotte. That's what WrestleMania is going to be about for the Divas title. And you know, it's a nice, if it is the farewell for Brie, it was a good performance from her, and she can be proud of that. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, awesome match. Jericho teased a heel turn for a bit, but it didn't happen. AJ picked up the victory, and there was a bit of a stare down. We thought Jericho might go for the low blow, like he did with Shawn Michaels all those years ago, but it turns out it was a handshake, so I'm not quite sure where they go now in their feud. Whether that's the end of it, and whether Chris Jericho moves on to Dean Ambrose or AJ moves on to Kevin Owens, you know, we'll see how that goes. Cutting Edge Peep Show with the New Day. Edge and Christian came out, which was nice to see them. It was just a typical plug for the show. A few jokes and stuff, and then League of Nations came out, and it looks like they're going to be in a feud with New Day for the tag titles now. Everyone thought it might have been Enzo and Big Cass, but wasn't to be. So I'll check out the Edge and Christian show when I get a minute. Then we had like a really strange filler match with the Social Outcast going out, and then R-Truth versus Curtis Axel, which Axel won after Goldust came out and accidentally cost R-Truth to win by trying to help him. Very strange. And then the main event, of course, Brock versus Dean versus Roman. And we all knew what was going to happen. Roman won, despite coming out to boos, despite Lesnar being probably the crowd favourite and Ambrose just behind. Ambrose got powerbombed through 2 different announce tables, which was good. It was a decent match. They really obviously have decided now that Roman is the one, and you know, Dean and Roman had a bit of a bust up. Whether they remain friends or not, we'll see. I just don't understand how Ambrose can hit Reigns like 4 times with a chair, and then all of a sudden he's ready to spear Ambrose. You know, it's that whole Super Cena, John Cena thing again. So. But we all knew it was going to happen, so that's why it's just an okay pay-per-view, and Triple H comes down, they both look at the title, they both look at the sign, and we head to WrestleMania, and we know what's coming, and that's just it. So we know what's happening in the main event, but we'll just see what happens for the rest of the card. So it was an alright pay-per-view, nothing to get worked up over. We'll see what happens on Raw tomorrow. Be interesting to see who gets that Vincent J. McMahon award. I'm thinking it might be Bret Hart, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, until then, I'll see you later. Peace.